Hi there, welcome to episode 104 of The Art of Business English. Andrew Ambrosius here again, yet for another week of The Art of Business English. And what have I got in store for today? Well, today I'm going to be giving you 10 phrasal verbs that you can use in your next business meeting. Yes, it's the meetings theme. So if you're not aware, I have just launched enrollment for the Confidence in Business Meeting online course, which you can pre-enroll in now. It's a course only for my audience, so my listeners of the Art of Business English. And yeah, basically you can join this program now. Enrollment is open until the 5th of February. And the program will begin on the 10th of February. I'll be running this program with over a 4-week period, and you will be with me in the forums, and I'll be releasing content every week over 4 weeks. But it is an online course that you'll have lifetime access to. So jump on board now, come and join me. It's got a huge discount because it is a pre-launch VIP launch for my special people who are you, my listeners and members. So let's now start with this week's episode, which, as I said, was 10 expressions or 10 phrasal verbs you can use in your next business meeting. So as always, what I'm going to do is I'll give you the phrasal verb, and then I'll give you the meaning, okay? And then I'll give you at the end, in the third part of the episode, some contextual sentences. I'll put it into context for you. Okay, so let's start with the first one, and that is to hold off on. Okay, so to hold off on. And that basically means to postpone something. Okay, so to hold off on means to postpone. And the next one is to take up. Now, when we take up something, it basically means that we will accept an offer, or will accept someone's offer. So to take up an offer. Okay, so that means to accept an offer. So if someone offers you something, you can take them up on that offer. And with this preposition, or with this phrasal verb, you'll notice that the object can go between the main verb and the preposition. So you can take someone up on an offer. So I'll take John up on his offer. The next one is amp up. Now, amp up basically means to amplify or to increase or boost. So if we want to amp up something, we want to increase its power or its intensity, or to amplify it. Okay, so that's a very great expression to use in your business meetings. The next one on my list for today is to hammer out. And now this expression means, to negotiate or reach an agreement. So this expression is very common when we are in a negotiation. So we commonly say to hammer out a deal. Okay, so to hammer out a deal means to negotiate a deal and reach an agreement on it. So hammering out, is like a hammer is, to bang things. And if you hammer something out, it means, you're trying to work out the details for this agreement. Okay, let's look at the next one. Hash out. To hash out. Now, to hash something out, it basically means to discuss and reach an agreement on something. So also very similar to hammer out, and it can be used in a negotiation. So we can hash out the details of an offer, or we can hash out the details of a contract. We're trying to discuss it and reach an agreement. Okay, moving on to iron out. That's the next one on my list. So to iron out something basically means to remove all of the irregularities, or to resolve all of the small problems. So you want to iron out the details. So if you want to iron out the details, you're trying to make it smooth, remove the irregularities, and resolve any small problems that there may be. And that's also a great expression to use in a business meeting. Okay, let's turn to the next one on my list, which is ramp up. So ramp up is similar in some ways to amp up. Okay, so if we want to ramp up something, it means we want to increase the amount of something, or we want to increase the price so we can increase the speed or the power of something. So you can ramp up your prices when you want to, maybe you become more and more popular, so you can ramp up your prices, so you increase your prices. You can also ramp up production. So maybe if you're working in a factory or a place that produces something, you will need to ramp up production in order to meet the demands of your customers. Okay, so that's a great expression to use in a meeting, especially maybe if you're an engineer or if you work in production. Okay, moving on to the next one now, which is reach out to. I like this expression, to reach out to someone. When we reach out to someone, it means that we're trying to attempt to communicate with someone with the goal or with the aim of establishing or building a good relationship. So I reach out to someone and I ask them for help, meaning I'm trying to form a relationship with them, get them to help me. So we want to have a good relationship. So reach out to my colleagues, or reach out to some people I used to know, or reach out to an influencer or one of your customers. Okay, so it's like extending the lines of communication with the objective of creating a good relationship with that person. Okay, let's look at the ninth one on my list of 10 today, and that is to walk away from. Now, if we walk away from something, it means we leave it, we abandon it, and often we use this expression in a meeting or in a negotiation when something fails. So, you can walk away from the negotiations if you can't reach an agreement. If you can't reach an agreement with the person you're negotiating, then you can walk away from the deal, meaning you leave it, okay? And finally, the last one on the list today of 10 expressions or phrasal verbs that you can use in your next business meeting is a setback, or to set back, okay? So yeah, it's a noun and a verb, okay? A setback together, so setback not as two words. A setback is the noun, and that's like an impediment or a delay. But as a phrasal verb, to set back, and it's separate, that is also the verb to delay or to impede. Okay, so you can set something back. Normally we would set back the date of something, or we could, for example, set back the time that we said we were going to deliver something, or set back the time of a meeting. Okay, so it basically means to delay or to impede something. Okay, so those are the 10 phrasal verbs for today. And now, in the last part of this episode, I'm going to give you the sample sentences that you can use in context. Okay, so let's move on then to the last part and look at some sample sentences in context. Okay, so the first one, hold off. So we should hold off on signing the deal until we have all of the details worked out. Okay, so we should hold off on signing the deal until we have all of the details worked out. Okay, so the next one is to take up. I would like to take you up on your offer. Let's arrange a meeting to discuss the details. I would like to take you up on your offer. Let's arrange a meeting to discuss the details. The next one is amp up. John, I am of the opinion that we should ramp up production, otherwise we won't be able to meet customer demand. So John, I am of the opinion we should amp up production, otherwise we won't be able to meet customer demand. The next one is hammer out. Let's hammer out the details so that we can move forward with the next phase of the agreement. Let's hammer out the details so that we can move forward with the next phase of the agreement. Okay, so the next one is hash out, and the contextual sentence is, I think we have general consensus. Mary, if you could hash out the remaining points with Mark and send me the final agreement by Friday, that would be great. So, I think we have general consensus. Mary, if you could hash out the the remaining points with Mark and send me the final agreement by Friday, that would be great. So the next one is iron out. That's great. Once we've ironed out the last few issues, then we can send the contract to be signed. That's great. Once we've ironed out the last few issues, then we can send the contract to be signed. Okay, let's look at the next one, ramp up. If we don't ramp our productivity up, then we'll never meet the project deadline. If we don't ramp our productivity up, we will never meet the project deadline. Okay, the next one is reach out to. Brian, could you please reach out to your colleagues in London and see if they can help us find a solution to this problem? Brian, could you please reach out to your colleagues in London and see if they can help us find a solution to this problem? The next one is walk away from. We've spent too long trying to reach an agreement on this deal. We've invested too much time just to walk away from it. We must persist. And the last one is set back. So we have set back the delivery date by a week due to problems with our supplier. So we've set back delivery dates by a week due to problems with our supplier. So there you have it, my friends. 10 phrasal verbs that you can use in your next business meeting. Now, I'm sure you'll understand all of them in context, and I'm sure you'll agree that they're quite easy and really quite relevant to meetings and especially negotiations, meetings where there is a negotiation taking place. So I encourage you to adopt at least 2 or 3 of these expressions or these phrasal verbs this week, okay, and try and implement them in your next meeting. Or you just need to use 1 or 2 and then repeatedly use it until you have like internalized this word and it becomes a part of your vocabulary. And then you can go back and grab a couple more of those words and you're good to go. You can start to slowly adopt all 10 of those phrasal verbs. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, enrollment is now open for the Confidence in Business Meetings online course. You can get all of the details and the pre-sale offer at www.theartofbusinessenglish.com/sim. So C for cat, I for Italy, M for Madrid, CIM, Confidence in Meetings. And there there's a quick video explaining everything. You'll see all of the material that we're going to be learning on the course, and you'll be able to access the amazing offer. So check it out. I encourage you to join. This offer will only be around until the 5th of February. After that, I'll be closing off pre-enrollment, so you won't be able to take advantage of the super discount that I've put up there for my audience. So people, that's it from me. I hope you're enjoying your start to 2020. I hope you're excited about all of the stuff that's coming your way from the Art of Business English. Stay with me as we deliver more engaging content over the coming months. Take care. Bye for now.